Textured hair deserves tailored care. Here's how to spot traction risks and protect your scalp. Does your scalp ache after getting your hair styled? Do you see more and more short, broken hairs around your hairline? This quiet, creeping pain is a problem many people with textured hair face. It is a clear warning sign from your scalp. It is telling you that something is wrong. This constant, gentle pulling on your hair follicles is called traction. Over time, this small stress adds up. It can lead to thinning edges, it can lead to noticeable breakage, it can lead to permanent hair loss. It is a common struggle, but it is not one you have to accept as normal. This issue is not just about aesthetics, it is about the health of your hair and scalp. Traction is a physical force, a repetitive strain that damages the very root of the hair. Textured hair deserves tailored care. And today, you will learn how to protect yours. So what exactly is traction? Think of it as a constant, low-grade tug-of-war with your hair follicles. Traction is the mechanical stress caused by persistently pulling the hair tight. This tension is not from a single event, but from prolonged strain over days, weeks, or even months. When a hair is pulled taut, it puts pressure on the follicle, the tiny pocket in the scalp where hair growth begins. This constant pull can inflame the follicle, weaken the hair shaft, and disrupt the natural growth cycle. Eventually, the follicle can become so damaged that it stops producing hair altogether, a condition known as traction alopecia. Textured hair has a unique and beautiful structure that also makes it more vulnerable to this kind of damage. The elliptical shape of the hair follicle is what creates the curls and coils we love. However, these bends and turns in the hair shaft are also points of potential weakness. Your body is excellent at sending signals when something is amiss, and your scalp is no exception. The first and most immediate sign of a style that is too tight is pain. This is not a subtle discomfort. It can be a persistent throbbing tenderness when you touch your scalp, or even a headache that seems to radiate from your hairline. You might also find it difficult to sleep comfortably. This pain is your scalp's way of screaming for relief. It is the most urgent warning sign that the tension is excessive and is actively causing inflammation around your hair follicles. Never ignore this feeling or try to tough it out, As the traction continues, you might begin to notice visible changes in your hair and scalp. One of the most common signs is the appearance of tiny bumps around the hairline or along the parts of your braids. These small, pimple-like bumps are often inflamed hair follicles, a condition known as folliculitis. They may be red, sore, and sometimes filled with pus. At the same time, you may start to see an increase in hair shedding, particularly short, broken pieces of hair on your pillow, in your comb, or around the sink. If the tension persists, the signs will become more pronounced. Thinning edges are the classic hallmark of traction alopecia. You will notice that your hairline, especially at the temples and forehead, begins to recede. The hair in these areas will look sparse and wispy compared to the rest of your head. In the later stages, the thinning areas may turn into smooth, shiny patches of scalp, where no hair grows at all. Many popular and beautiful hairstyles can unfortunately be high risk for traction, The primary culprits are any styles that pull the hair tightly and are worn for long periods. Extremely tight braids. Micro braids. Box braids installed with too much tension at the root. The added weight of the extension hair, combined with the tight grip on your natural hair, creates a constant downward pull. Similarly, cornrows that are braided too tightly, especially around the delicate hairline, can quickly lead to soreness and breakage. If you see bumps or feel pain immediately after leaving the salon, the style is too tight. It is not just braids and extensions that pose a risk. Everyday styles can be just as damaging if done improperly. That sleek, high ponytail, tight bun, hair elastics with metal clasps can snag and rip out hair. Sew in weaves if the foundation braids are too tight or the thread is pulled too aggressively can cause immense tension across the entire scalp. Tight headbands. Heavy hair accessories can contribute to the problem. Thankfully, for every risky style, there is a safer, hair-friendly alternative that is just as stylish. If you love the look of braids, opt for a looser installation. Ask your stylist to start the braid a little further from the scalp and to be especially gentle with your edges. Consider knotless braids, which start with your own hair and gradually feed in the extension, placing far less tension on the root. Loose low bun. Puff with a large satin scrunchie. Puff with a spiral hair tie. Protective styling is about protecting your hair, not punishing it. The goal is to reduce manipulation, not to lock your hair into a state of tension. Loose two-strand twists. Flat twists, not pulled taut. Simple, elegant, low puff. Lighter weight, shorter extensions, and give your hair regular breaks. Building hair that can withstand daily life starts with a foundation of gentle, consistent care. This is not about complex, time-consuming rituals, but about incorporating simple, mindful steps into your regular routine. The first step is cleansing. It is essential to keep your scalp clean to prevent product buildup, which can clog follicles and lead to irritation. Use a mild sulfate-free shampoo or a cleansing co-wash that cleanses effectively without stripping your hair of its natural protective oils. Focus on massaging the cleanser into your scalp with your fingertips, not your nails, to stimulate blood flow without causing abrasion. The second step is to condition and detangle with purpose. After cleansing, your hair's cuticle is open and needs to be sealed with moisture. Apply a rich, moisturizing conditioner from roots to ends. This is the perfect time to detangle. Never try to detangle dry, textured hair. Instead, work in sections while your hair is saturated with conditioner, providing plenty of slip. Start from the ends and gently work your way up to the roots using your fingers first. Then, you can follow up with a wide-tooth comb. This method minimizes stress on the hair shaft and prevents the needless breakage that comes from wrestling with knots. The third step is protection. After rinsing out your conditioner, your hair is clean and hydrated, but it is also vulnerable. Before styling, it is crucial to apply products that will protect it. A good leave-in conditioner is non-negotiable. You can then seal in that moisture with a light oil or a cream, focusing on the ends, which are the oldest and most fragile part of the hair strand. If you plan to use any heat, even a low-heat blow dryer, applying a heat protectant spray is an absolute must to shield your hair from thermal damage. Finally, the fourth step is gentle styling. When you style your hair, be mindful of tension. Your styles should be secure but never tight. They should feel comfortable from the moment they are done. Avoid pulling your edges into styles. Instead, gently smooth them with a soft brush or your fingers. At night, protect your hair and scalp by sleeping on a satin or silk pillowcase or by wearing a satin bonnet or scarf. This reduces the friction that can cause tangles and breakage while you sleep, preserving your style and your hair's health. The products you use are just as important as your techniques. Building a healthy hair regimen means choosing products based on their function, not just brand or hype. The first function to look for is moisture. Textured hair is often prone to dryness. Shampoo, conditioner, leave-in should all be moisturizing. Look for ingredients like water, aloe vera, glycerin high on the list. Deep conditioners, hair masks with rich butters and oils to improve elasticity. The next key function is slip. Slip lets fingers, a comb glide through hair. It is crucial for gentle detangling. Conditioners, leave-in conditioners, dedicated detanglers are where slip matters most. Look for marshmallow root, slippery elm, cetiaryl alcohol. Great slip cuts down hair loss during detangling. Beyond products, tools can help or harm. Ditch fine-tooth combs, harsh bristle brushes. Use fingers, wide tooth comb. For smoothing, use a soft boar bristle brush gently, but avoid aggressive brushing. Swap rough cotton towels for a microfiber towel, old t-shirt. Blot or squeeze. Never rub. For styles, toss metal connector ties. Use seamless fabric ties, satin or silk scrunchies, spiral plastic ties. If you use clips or pins, make sure they have smooth, rounded edges and do not pull on your strands. Every small choice contributes to the overall health and resilience of your hair. Recognizing the signs of traction is the first step, but knowing when to seek professional help is just as critical. If you have stopped wearing tight styles and have been gentle with your hair, soreness, redness, bumps persist for more than a week, it is time to see a doctor. A dermatologist, a certified trichologist. They can determine if the inflammation requires medical treatment and assess the extent of the damage to your hair follicles. If you notice significant thinning, bald patches that do not show signs of regrowth after a couple of months, a specialist is your best resource. They can perform tests to see if the follicles are still active and offer topical medications, steroid injections to reduce inflammation, or low-level light therapy. Trying to self-diagnose and treat advanced hair loss with over-the-counter products can waste valuable time. A professional can provide a clear, effective plan tailored to your specific situation. One of the easiest and most effective changes is to protect your hair while you sleep. Satin pillowcase, silk pillowcase, satin bonnet, scarf. Also, be mindful of what you wear on your head during the day. Tight hats, helmets, headbands. Rotate your hairstyles frequently. Ensure your diet is rich in protein, iron, and vitamins. And most importantly, always listen to your body. Pain is a signal to stop.